In this exercise, we are going to install and use the Azure CLI. It's a command line interface which can help you to manage your Azure infrastructure. I will provide you the all required URLs in the description section so that you can download the application and also uh, do the exercise along with me. So you can open this URL in the browser. Again, then go to ak.ms slash install Azure Windows CLI. Click on this link so that it will download the Azure CLI on your machine. So here you can see it is downloading the Azure CLI. Since I have already downloaded, I will cancel the download of process, and I will now, once the download completes, you can go to your download folder and run the installer to install the Azure CLI. Okay, just right click and click on install and follow the wizard to complete the installation process. So it will take a minute. I will pause the video and will come back. So here now you can see that the installation has been completed. You can click on finish, and now we can launch the Azure CLI and run different commands. If you are using Windows machine, you can simply open the command prompt, or you can also open the PowerShell and run the Azure AGCLI command. So in this case, I have started the command prompt, and now I can simply type AZ as the Azure AGCLI command, and this will list all the subgroup commands or all other related commands which are available with the Azure CLI. Here you can see, if you want to check the version of the install Azure CLI application, then you can type az-version. So and this will print the currently installed version. And now let's see how we can manage the different Azure resources, or how we can create a website using Azure CLI. If you need help with any command, before that we can check how we can run different commands using Azure CLI. So you can run commands. So Azure CLI commands are grouped together. Like for the initial command is AZ, and now again I will hit enter so that we can see all the available commands. Let me increase the font size and the window. Okay. So here we can see I have entered the command AZ, and then we have to type the group or resource group name or the service which we need to manage using this AZ command. So in this case, we want to manage the VM. So you can see we have the next option as a VM, or if you want to manage the resource group, then you can type the group, or if you want to manage the SQL services, then you can type AZ SQL, and then again whatever additional sub commands are there, you can manage it. And same thing for the roles, you can see the description next to the command. And in case you need a help with the additional command, so you can type AZ, then type the name of the group or the service name which you want to manage, and simply hit the enter. Then again it will print the additional options available. So basically it is only showing only one option, that is AZ VM list. But again we can pass the dash dash help parameter to see all the help related to that command. And now you can see we have got the list of commands which we can run using the az space vm command. Okay, now then after that you can type different commands like az vm stop, so basically that will stop the vm. And then you can see the subgroup of the az vm is application, availability set, boot diagnostic, disk encryption, host, image, monitor. And then these additional commands are also available, like list. You can list all the virtual machines. If you want to reapply settings to the virtual machine, you can use the reapply, or you can see there are lots of show, start, stop. All these virtual the commands are available to manage your virtual machine. Okay, and as usual, again you can type the command az space vm space, and let's say I will now type the command show, And again, if you need help, you can type dash dash help, and this will help you to understand what all different parameters you need to provide to a certain command. Like for this particular command, to use the command az space vm space show command, you need to provide the resource group name using dash g parameter. Then you can use dash n and provide the name of the virtual machine. Okay, and dash d is for the detail. It will show the information in detail. Okay, so now additionally, if you want to find any commands, then you can also type az find and give the specific string which you want to find. So here it is saying, so I type incorrect spelling for the blob. I wanted to search for the blob. So if you want to search commands for any specific word, then you can type that word and it will list those commands for you. Okay, like az storage blob, easy storage blob restore. So also it is providing some additional examples to you. And let's try to search for command related to the storage. Okay, so you just give the storage word and then it will try to find the commands which are available with the word as storage. Az storage container create, az storage remove account. So also you can see some parameters or what all option you need to provide as inputs to that command. Okay, also you can give multiple option like az find, and now you can say az space vm. Let's see what output we get. Okay, now here it says you can get azvm list, azvm show, this kind of commands you can run. Okay, now if you want to connect to Azure subscription, if you want to connect to your Azure subscription, then you can use command az login. So once you hit az login command, it will provide you the prompt to log in to your Azure portal. You can enter your credential and complete the authentication process. Also, if you want to create new resource group, then you can use command like az group create and then give the name of the group, and also then my rg, whatever resource group name you want to provide, and then provide the location east us, west us, whatever you want to provide, you can provide the location. Since I have not connected to any subscription, I'm I will not be running az login command. Also again, if you need to see the help, what all options are available for the resource group, you can enter the help command. Okay, create, delete, exist, export list, these are the option to create the resource group and manage the resource group. Okay, now let's move on and try to create resources using Azure subscription, using the sandbox. Again, we are going to use Azure sandbox. I have provided the URL in the description. You can activate the sandbox. You can log into the sandbox using your personal account. If you don't have the account, you can create account. Already I have signed into Microsoft portal, that's why it's not asking me to sign in again. So it's simply activating the portal. If you have not used sandbox previously, it is a free service from Microsoft where you can do uh, testing, learning. But again, the limitation is whatever is mentioned under this exercise, you can only do those tasks. If you try to do something else, then it will throw error, it may not work. And also there is a time limit for each activity. So here you can see in this case, Microsoft thinks that we may need 4 hours to complete this exercise, but again it's depend on your speed, how you are doing it. Also, we can see the cloud shell console right from your browser. Within the browser, you will get the cloud shell console for this particular Azure subscription. If you want to access this sandbox in your portal, in the portal.azure.com, you can open a new tab and log into portal.azure.com. If it asks for the email address login, you can enter the same email address which you have used to activate this particular sandbox. Okay, you need to use the same email address, and if possible use the same browser so that it will automatically sign in. Okay, so right now we don't have any virtual machines since it's a sandbox. Microsoft automatically cleans all the resources. Basically, they will delete everything whatever we are doing once the sandbox times out. Or even if we close the browser, we will not be able to access this portal again. We will have to again activate the sandbox, and then only we can access the resources deployed in this particular sandbox. Okay, now let's move on, and then we can use different commands like az login, az group create. And now again, since I have the sandbox activated on my command prompt, if you do not want to use this particular shell, you can definitely use the cloud shell which you have already installed on your machine, Azure CLI. So if you do not want to use the CLI which is available in the Cloud Shell, you can use the CLI which is installed on your laptop. So in this case, I can definitely run the command az login now and try to authenticate with Azure portal. So now it is asking which app we want to use. So let me open it in Chrome because I have already used Chrome to access the portal. And now here you can see it is asking for the email address, pick an account, and it says you have logged into Azure. And you can see here, because I have already signed into the Chrome, it automatically took my email address and I have signed into my Azure portal. And now again, as I said, you can use the command prompt on your laptop to run Azure commands, but make sure that you enter first command az login and complete the login process. Or you can use the cloud shell which is activated and connected in the exercise window. Okay, and let's try to run previous command az group list. So this will list all the resource groups which we have already created in our portal. Okay, so this is the default group which is created in the portal, and now you can see we got the JSON output. Now if you want to format this particular output, then you can use command dash dash output and name it as a table, az group list dash dash output and table. So this will format the output in table format. Okay, let's go back to the exercise and perform all these activities. Okay, now first we need to simply copy paste these commands, copy and paste this command in the cloud shell, and so that it can set certain variables. Now here we can see, first of all, again, read these exercise properly. Make sure that you understand what exactly we are trying to do. Do not simply copy paste, understand each command carefully and then only execute it. Simply doing copy paste, you will not understand what is exactly happening. So with this first command, we are setting a environment variable. We are exporting it, and the name of the environment variable is resource underscore group, and this is the value for that variable. Then we are setting the next variable as a central US, that's the region. Then third variable is the Azure application plan name, and then this is the application plan name, and again we are using the random variable so that it will randomly append some number to this string. Then also we want to export the Azure web app name, and this is the web app name, and random string will be appended to these names. And again, the purpose of setting up variable is so that we can afterwards we can use these variables multiple times while running different command. Now you can see that I tried to run the export command and I received the error because the export command is available only in the bash environment. It is not available on the Windows. Okay, so for the simplicity, let's go back and run these commands in the cloud shell, which is a in this cloud shell we have started the bash shell. Okay, and let's you can again it means you can install the Azure CLI on Linux platform, Mac OS or Windows platform also. Let me do the copy paste and hit enter. So you can see I have executed these four commands and set the environment variables. And now again we can run this command az group list and see the resource group name or what all resource groups we have already created. Okay, so you can see this resource group name is matching with the resource group name what So this is the resource group already created by Microsoft inside the sandbox environment so that we can use it. Okay, and now let's do the query to the resource group, and let's see if we have a resource group which we have specified in the environment variable name. And again, it's matching. We have the resource group created, which is already set in the environment variable name. If you see any kind of errors or if you do not see the output, then make sure that you have typed the correct resource group name while setting up the environment variable. Okay, and now, so this is also called as query formatted using James path. Okay, like you are formatting the output or doing a query filtering the JSON output. Okay, now we need to create a service plan. In this exercise, using Azure CLI, we are going to deploy uh, Azure service, web app service. Let's first create a app service plans. First, we need to create a plan, and that plan will be stored in the resource group, this particular resource group which we have already created. Okay, simply copy paste this command and hit enter, and then I can explain you the command. So this AZ app service space plan space create is the name of the command which we are using to create a web application plan. And then we have given plan name in the variable. That name is being used with the dash dash name parameter. Then we have specified the resource group name. Then we specify the location and then type of the web service plan. So here we are using the free web service plan, so that again Microsoft will not charge you for that. And overall, Microsoft will not charge you anything for the sandbox activities. This is a testing environment so that we can learn Microsoft Azure Cloud. And now we are listing the web app service plan which we have created. So for that, command is az app service plan list, and I am formatting the output using dash dash output command. So you can simply copy paste the command which is in step number 2. Okay, so we are able to see the output. And if you want to see the web service plan created in the portal, then you can go inside that resource pool. If you still do not see the web app service plan, then you can simply refresh from the top, and then you should be able to see the web service app plan created inside the resource group. Okay, now we need to create an actual web application. Okay, so let's create the web application. I will copy the command az web app create. Okay, now we will be creating a web application and provide the dash dash name. Again, this name is already set up as a variable, and resource pool name and the plan name is also set. We have set inside the variable, so it will take those values and it will create the web application plan. Okay, let's go back to the portal again, and you can see here we have created the plan. We have created the web service plan, and then inside that we will be creating a web application. So you can still see the web app creation is still going on. Also, if you do not want to see from here, from resource group, you can also search for web app, or you can search for, okay, so now it's called app services. Let's go inside app services, and then you can see your app service plan, or rather it's a web app which we have created, and you can see the web app creation has been completed. Okay, so this web app is up and running, and now let's go next and run next command. Easy web app list. So we need to list the web app which we just created, and we got the output. We got the name of the web app. It's a subdomain under the Azure website.net, and let's move on. And then whatever website we have created, we can use the curl command. uh, Basically, again, here in this example we are using the variable or name of the website which we have created. Let's copy it, and on Linux environment you can use curl to access the website. using the command line. So in this case, you can see that we are able to access this particular website. Or what we can do is we can go access this particular website in the browser also. For that, let me copy this Azure.net, Azure website.net, and then I will also take the name of the web app, or rather, let's go back to this web app, and here we can find the actual URL. So I can simply copy this URL in new tab. Okay, this is the web application name, and here we go. It says your web app is running and waiting for your content. So we have created a web application service using Azure CLI. Okay, let's move on. Now, once the web application has been configured and deployed, now we can deploy some code. So for testing purpose, we are deploying a code from GitHub. Again, you can see the command is az web app deployment source config, and then we are giving a URL path from where we can deploy a code to your website, okay, to your web application, and copy paste the command and hit enter. This will deploy a some example testing application from GitHub repository to your web application. This is a simple PHP hello world source code which is getting deployed in your website or web application. So once the application deployment complete, again you can visit to your website and see the new application deployed. We should be able to see the hello world from the your application. Now while this is still running, let me refresh it. Let's see if it is showing. No. Okay, here we go. So we are able to see the newly deployed application. We can see the hello world, and here also you can see the code of deployment has been successful. So this is how you can use Azure CLI to manage your Azure infrastructure. And in this example, we have deployed Azure web application service using Azure CLI. Again, I will simply close this browser so that the sandbox will get deactivated. After certain time, this URL or the website will not be accessible because Microsoft will be cleaning the resources whatever we have created. They will automatically delete the sandbox resources. Thanks for watching.